so much for once again stopping back by. I really do hope that you're going to enjoy this week's video so that you can keep coming back for more. Please tell me what you think of this new setup and the lighting in this area. So this is like the main entrance to my house. I don't normally film here because I guess I've just never thought about filming here, but I did attempt to film where we usually film, which is my lounge area. I was attracted to that place, like filming there, because of the view there. So when I film there, I have like a nice view. While I'm talking to you guys, the view is stunning. I don't film in my studio if you are new to this channel because the lighting there is bad. So I'll get ready in my studio and whatnot, and then I'll go to my lounge area to film. But today, as I was setting up, I realized that the lighting is not giving. It's giving dark, it's giving low quality. And I was looking for a new filming space and I was like, why did it take me so long to actually film here? I think the lighting here is fantastic. Do let me know what you think about the lighting here so that we can just, make this our new filming spot. Today we are doing something that is out of the ordinary, something that I wouldn't usually do. As you can already tell by the title, I'm going to be reviewing the Real Housewives of Durban season 3. I'm super excited about this video, but I am feeling a bit uncomfortable because it's not something I'd usually do. Like, I just don't feel the need to say what I think or say my opinions, especially when they are not entirely nice, or if I don't have anything good to say, I just don't say anything because what is the need to say anything to anyone or about anyone if it's not nice? We don't need to hear it. But I do want to make this review, particularly because I'm so enjoying this show. Love reality shows, but this is my first time actually watching the Real Housewives of Durban or any other Real Housewives. I've never really watched any Real Housewives. So I'm also keen on doing a review because I feel like it's fresh, man. My review is gonna be so fresh. It's not influenced by season 1 and 2. It's not influenced by who did what in season 1 and the cast members' characteristics in season 1. I'm so fresh to them. I'm literally getting to know them now. So, and all the reviews that I did watch or have been watching, the people, the YouTubers that are doing those reviews are influenced by what Osman did in season 1 or how they were, and they compare it to season 3. So it's not bad, but I'm just saying I think mine is going to be fresh because everything's brand new. I'm meeting these ladies for the first time. If you are interested in watching that, please do watch this video till the end. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe. Also, I would love to hear what you think. Would love to hear your opinions. Guys, these are my opinions. We can agree, we can disagree. You've clicked on this video because you are obviously interested in watching what I have to say and what I think about the whole show and about the ladies, ne? But I also want to hear what you think. Don't forget to like, to comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. Okay, so let me get comfortable. So the first lady that we're gonna talk about, I don't even know who to talk about. I do have a personal favorite, but I don't want to talk about her first. Let's talk about Maria first. I know that I'm new to the show, right? I don't know if it's because obviously I'm in the entertainment industry, I'm in the film industry. I don't know if I judge her from that, or it's just, it is what it is. Why is she there? Why is Maria there? What is the role of Maria? I just feel like if we removed Maria, we wouldn't even notice. We can literally go a whole episode without her not doing anything and we wouldn't even lack anything. Why is Maria there? Mind you, I'm new to the show, right? So I don't know what it was like without her. But I know that even now with her, it's just, what is Maria's function in the show? She absolutely bores me. I don't have anything against her. She just bores me. I just feel like she doesn't add anything. I just feel like she doesn't, there's nothing special about her being there. There's nothing, there's no sauce or fire. I don't have anything to say about her. Basically, I don't have anything to say about Maria. I watched this other review where this honey was saying, oh no, she gives jealous, she gives, she wants to be the main character, she wants to be the it girl, but she's not. I was like, sweetie, couldn't have agreed with you more because wow, Maria absolutely have nothing against the hun, but for the show, I just don't see what value she adds. That's Maria out of the way. So I'm not going to talk about incidences with what happened on the show. I would assume that you are watching a review because you watch the show or you want to watch the show, but this is not going to be like a breakdown on what happened on season 1, 2, 3. Let me just assume you all watched the show, right? Because then this video would just be too long if I'm breaking down what happened. So I'm just sharing what I think on the girls. Second person is let's talk about Miss Williams. Let's talk about Nuku. Oh my babe. Oh my gullible babe. She's such a sweet girl. Like, I feel like Nuku is so sweet and her intentions are pure. However, I feel like she doesn't know where to draw the line. She doesn't have boundaries when it comes to friendships or maybe relationships in general. Like, I don't want to say she's weird, but she's gullible. And it's obviously scary because she's old. Like, there's some things that I would expect from, like, you know, in your 20s, there's some mistakes I would expect you to do, fall, learn from, and become better. But if you are in your 30s, I think Nogu is like in her late 30s, going to 40s, I think. And and things that are as important as having boundaries, and I'm just scared. I just feel like she's too easily gullible. She will put in 100% in friendships where she's not necessarily going to get that back in return. She is a people pleaser. That's the word. That's the word. I feel like my girl is a people pleaser. I feel like she wants to be friends with everyone, and it does not work because not everybody has her personality to please everyone. So it's like you can't be friends with 10 people. When it can't, it does not work. And if I'm being frank about everything, I feel like she's more of Jojo's friend than Jojo is her friend. I'm not saying Jojo is not her friend, but she's more of, it's not balanced. It's not giving equal. It's not giving equilibrium. It's not giving 50-50. It's giving, she's putting in 80%, Jojo comes in with the 30 because, I mean, why is she gonna put in the other extra work because you're doing all the work? So yeah, man, she's giving, I wouldn't trust her. I don't trust people with a lot of friends. I don't trust people that are friends with everyone. Let me just put it like that. So I have a problem with that. And also she's raising girl kids. She has teenagers. Nah, bro. I just feel like at her age, there's certain lessons I would have hoped that she's learned. And one of them is, it needs to be balanced in everything in life. Like, it needs to be balanced. Friendships as well. So yeah, that is not cool. I just feel like I'm not gonna comment much on her relationship because I do feel like if you're gullible in friendships, you're gonna be gullible in relationships. You're just a gullible person, and that needs like a lot of work because girl. God dang, on the last episode, like where she was being confronted about the whole, when Umbali was asking her, what is Mabusi Vaz? Why is she beating around the bush? Why do you say something and then you are not able to say what you meant? Like, you can't be telling me that, oh, I already explained it, but I'm asking you what it is. I'm asking you now what it is. You can just respond and say, it's this, and then we keep it moving, you know? So for me, that was a bit, it was giving, I'm not standing up for myself. It was giving gullible because, like, you can't not explain something that you said. Surely when you said it, you meant it, right? You meant it a certain way. Even if you don't mean it like that now, then the conversation should have been, you know what, before I got to know you, this is what I thought you were, or Mabusi Vaz meant that. But fast forward, now that I know you, I don't think that, or I don't feel like that, and I apologize that I once saw you like that, or I once thought of you like that. Like, that's the mature conversation I was expecting, instead of her just saying, I already explained it. You know, because please explain it again. Speaking of Mbali, let's speak about Mbali. What is Mbali doing on the show as well? We could have gotten, I just feel like, better cast members. I feel like, guys, my name is my housewives, it's a weird, and a housewife is not like even like a practical housewife where like you're married. You don't even have to be married. Obviously, Nabombali, they're not necessarily married, don't know who are divorced, so you don't have to be a wife to be a part of the show. what is Mbali doing on the show? What is Umawe Zwide doing on the show? Again, she's just another cast member where I feel like Ukona Ageko, the show goes on. She disappeared for like 2 or 3 episodes. We never really noticed up until she appeared again. I liked her though. I felt like, you know, the first two episodes, I actually liked her. I could relate to her. I saw a very like mature lady. I saw a lady. I saw like an old person, an old sister that some people could look up to. Where she lost me though was when she started going wretch. She started swearing. She started ekitiwaini, that is Nonku's brand. I was like, it matters to me how you handle yourself in conflict. The minute you need to stoop down and disrespect, say I was like, is not make sure. She lost me there. I lost the respect. I lost the sense of seeing her as a lady. Then I started seeing this hood rats. Then I started seeing this, especially because I don't think you have a right to be that mad and we escalated into that much when you haven't confronted the person and heard from the person, you know. So when it was also about when I knew so for me, it didn't give lady, it gave very childish, and for me, that's where she lost me. Whereas we were coming along nicely, even though I wasn't sure about her position in the show, but I was okay with her being in the background. Like I was okay with, she was just another face that I just don't know why it's there. But I preferred her more than Maria, you know, if it makes sense. But now I just feel like I look at her differently, and I'm just like, Lucy's, Next person on my list is Slee. Oh, Slee's cute. Like, Slee's cute. I don't think my energy gels with her, but it's not her. Like, it's not her. It's just, it is what it is. Like, I wouldn't be friends with her, if that matters. She gives arrogant. She gives, I don't want to say agancengi. I'm looking for a word that is below what's agancengi. I feel like we are weyana, you know. I feel like how she treats Nonku or how she wants to handle conflict with Nonku is not the same way that she wants to handle conflict with Surisha, or it's not the same way that she would, because obviously Surisha, they haven't really had conflict. But I just feel like she takes Nonku for granted. It's like, or maybe it's because Nonku is so gullible that she doesn't demand respect from people, so people treat her anyhow. Maybe it's that, but I just feel like she doesn't necessarily treat everyone the same. I feel like she's more calmer, she's more decent and respectful when she's with Annie, when she's with Sorisha. But when she's with Nonku, it's like she doesn't care. Like, she will say whatever she wants to say. However, it's like it's either you take it or leave it. She's a take it or leave it. So I didn't really enjoy that about her, that she's who she is depending on who she's with. She's not just day one. It depends with who she's with. I like the whole spiritual element that the show is bringing in. I feel like it's different. I like the fact that she's spiritual. I do feel like, you know, we're seeing one and the same thing. We're seeing lavish, we're seeing luxury, we're seeing hardworking women, we're seeing mothers, we're seeing wives, but we're not really, we don't really have much of that going on in our television screens as a whole. So I really enjoy the fact that she's spiritual, because it's like a different vibe, man. It's like a different element, you know. What else do I have to say about Usli? Yeah, and Usli is also just there for me. Like, she's not really background, but I also do think she's easily replaceable in the show for me. Like, if I watched next week's episode and Tuesday decasted Wageko, it wouldn't be a train smash. I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, why did they do that? That was such a bad decision. I wouldn't care. I'd just welcome the new face. Let's talk about Jojo. Oh, Jojo. Jojo thinks the whole world is about her. Jojo really thinks the whole world revolves around her. She's so cute. I like her. I don't know, but there's something I like about Jojo, man. She definitely needs to toughen up, in my opinion. She's just way too emotional, and I don't think I mind being too emotional, but you have to know where to be emotional. You know, you can't win and be breaking down every 2 seconds. You know, anywhere that you feel like. I just feel like you, as women, you do need to, or we do need to grow emotional intelligence where crying is okay, but you can't just cry anyway. You can't just show your weaknesses anyway. Get home and then sob, get home and then cry. We need to have safe spaces, you know, and I just feel like Jojo does not have that. And so people are starting to take her for granted. People are starting to not take her as seriously because you know, she's gonna act out of proportion, you know. So I just feel like Jojo lacks emotional intelligence. I love how her husband loves her though. I love how her husband shows up for her though. She also knows how much Bube will show up for her and how much Bube loves her, that she's sort of to a certain degree arrogant about it. Like she's, oh, I'm loved and I know it. And I don't mind showing it to you how much loved I am. So she comes across as too much of a crybaby and a spoiled brat to some of the ladies, I feel, in her group, because of how much her husband like adores her and treats her. And I don't think all of them have like such soft spots in their husbands. I'm not saying they're not loved by their husband, but I just feel like soft spot compared to everyone else, you know. But I do feel like no baby girl really just needs to grow emotional intelligence and just toughen up and just know that it's not all about you, sweetie. Like, you're the main character in your house. You're the main character to your husband and to your child. You're not the main character in our lives. And there's just no other way to say that, you know. And she wants to be the main character in everyone's life. She wants to be the center of everyone. So she cute though. I definitely see why she's in the show. I definitely do feel like if Jojo is not there, and the next person on the list is my favorite girl. What? Am I a mean girl? There's something about Annie. That I freaking vibe with. I don't know what it is. Because, you know, before I started watching the Housewives, I would see like abantu postile and people making their 2 cents comments and reviews like on Instagram. I've never really watched long form content in terms of a review, but I'd see my Instagram post, they would share my tweets and whatnot, and Annie was always referred to as the mean girl, as the arrogant girl, like in such a way that there was rumors going on not so long ago. I will say the rumor because I feel like it was all over social media that her husband is having a baby by Sbahle Pisan, right? And those were rumors that were going on the popcorn room, on all these gossip pages, right? And people are commenting and saying, yeah, she deserves it. Maybe it will humble her. Arrogance and whatnot. So this will serve her rights. This will she deserves everything that's coming to her. And I was like, but I don't want to know why you guys think Annie deserves it. But I just feel like I love how Annie does not take nonsense from anyone. I love how Annie is the same person to everyone. Annie is Annie. It's either you vibe with Annie or you don't vibe with Annie. I love how Annie is so okay with being by herself. You are friends with Annie because you want to be friends with Annie, not because of anything else. Like, she will not lure you into her life, and you are welcome to leave when you want to leave. I don't know if it's that energy that I relate to so much, because guys, I'm like that. Like, if you know me, you know that I am like that. I'm not arrogant. And I do feel like the difference between Annie's character to mine is that I don't think I have that. I don't think necessarily, but I love how Annie, a spade is a spade. Nonsense is nonsense, and Annie will not be afraid to say it. I don't necessarily always agree with how she's gonna say it, but she will say exactly how she feels. So I think I relate with Annie in that sense. Yoguti, Annie is so content. I find her to be the most content lady on the show. I find her to be the most confident lady on the show. Absolutely love Annie Gesan. But I do also feel like sometimes she comes a bit too much. Like sometimes she will be unnecessary. Sometimes she will be rude. She will get her point across in a rude manner, and that's why I'm just like, you could have said what she's saying, but you could have said it in a better way. You could have said it with a better attitude on your face. You could have said it with a better tone, you know, because all those things matter if you're gonna communicate and if you want to be received well by the person okhuluma naye. You can't be telling me the truth in your opinion, or maybe the truth overall, but with an attitude on your face, because I'm not going to hear what you're saying more the disgusting attitude on your face. So yeah, the manner of approach when it comes to her can get better sometimes, not all the time. I'm not saying all the time she's like that, but I do feel like sometimes it can get better. The next person, Sarisha. Oh, Sarisha is the richest babe on that show. Oh, Sarisha is Sarisha money Naidu. Sarisha wealth Naidu. Hi guys, when I'm out of Sarisha. Sarisha has money. That's the first thing that pops in my mind when I think of the word Sarisha. Wealth Naidu. Her husband owns a mall, a brand new mall in Durban, and that's just one of the malls that he owns, a whole mall, and that's just one of the things that he owns. When I get Uncle Viv, Uncle Viv. Where man, Uncle Viv. I also think Sarisha is the maturest lady on the show. I do think Sarisha is very calm and collected. For me, in the show, Sarisha is that voice of wisdom. She's the wisest. She is probably the oldest, and I can tell in the way that she carries herself, in the way that she communicates, in the way that she addresses conflict. Now, reality TV is not all real, right? We know that. I do feel like sometimes she will comment because she has to comment. It's a show and the show must go on. Not because in her character she would even feel the need to succumb and to comment to some of the things that go on in the show. I do feel like, oh, Sarisha unesikhathi, guys. Sarisha unesikhathi samabhizinisi akhe, nemali yakhe, nomndeni wakhe. Onke la nitty-gritties ukuthi ubani othenga ubani kanjani wacima kwavutha. I don't think that is Sarisha's cup of tea. She'll entertain it because at the end of the day, it is a show and she needs to have a voice on the show. But I just don't think Sarisha abuya entertain. So I absolutely love Sarisha. I love how she's on her own lane. I love how I think she's also humble. Sarisha siyambona unemali, but she's not in our faces about it. Not like Jojo. If I had to make a quick reference, Jojo has money and she's also in our face about it. Like, you will know that Jojo has money. Sarisha won't say it. You will see that Sarisha has money. You will see, babe. You will see Sarisha's homes. You will see Sarisha's cars. You will see that Sarisha is the main girl in that show. Absolutely love Sarisha. I love how, I've already said, like, how content she also is, and how wise, man. Sarisha is mature. Sarisha yana umsindo. There's going to be conflict Sarisha or Sarisha or Sarisha said. Normally Sarisha is the peacemaker. She's the one resolving. She's like the mother. Yeah, Sarisha's like the mother of the whole group. Who am I leaving out? Oh, Sunny. You know what? It's quite a weird story when it comes to Sunny, because I know Sunny personally. I only worked for her once. Let me not say I used to work for her. I worked for her once. She was like leading the promotions that I was doing. So I was a promoter for her company. Was hiring promoters way back when I was in first year. Yeah. Her company was hiring promoters for a festival that was happening in Durban, and I happened to be one of the promoters that were hired. She was such a sweet lady to us. I've always looked at her as, you know, a very sweet lady. She was such a big sister to us. Like, she'd make sure that we've eaten. She took good care. So I walked away from her first encounter. I think I worked for her for like 3 days. It was one festival that was running for 3 days. So I was a promoter for her for 3 days. She took care of us so well, man. So I walked away from that event having such a good opinion about her. Things did start to change though when I did. So I followed her on social media from that time. You know, always liked her and vibed with her. And then now she was having dramas and rumors and incidences that were following her that I'm not going to get into because I feel like this video is not about that. And it started to make me look at her at a different light, you know. But I still vibed with her because I knew the personal experience that I had with her. So I wasn't really taken back by everything else that was being said about her on social media because I had a personal experience with her that was so deep. I couldn't just now act like it didn't happen and now follow what people are saying about her and all the bad things that people are saying about her on social media. Fast forward now, we was Real Housewives of Durban. I think before I tap into what I think about her, I don't understand why she's in the show. Why is Sunny in the show? What value to the show does Sunny bring? I feel like Sunny's episodes were over in the first 3 episodes of the show. She definitely did bring the drama and the reality. She's the reason why I started watching the show. So the objective of her bringing drama and spice into the show was met. Definitely feel like the first 3-4 episodes, baby girl was well deserving. I could see her function in the story. Now that the show is progressing, why is Sunny there? What is Sunny bringing to the table? You know, I'll make a practical example. All the ladies we've been to their homes, they've hosted some sort of trip or like dinner nyana or day nyana. With her, we don't know anything about her. We don't know anything about her. We don't know what her house looks like. She's also not doing anything. She's always invited. She's always tagged along. Why is Sunny on the show? I do feel like she was supposed to be on the show for the first 3-4 episodes. And bye. The fact that she's still there now, I'm just like, oh my God. So now all the girls are struggling to like her. All the girls now must find room for her. All the girls must now accommodate her. But why? What is she bringing onto the table? So that's just how I feel about Sunny. And then I'll go back to the whole, what I think about her character. Unnecessary. I just don't think. And obviously, like, when we talk about Sunny, the main incident that comes up is the Lonely London incident, right? Bro, I don't think Lonely London, why are right? I also think Naya, she gave a bit of root, not even a bit. I do think Sunny was provoked, right? You can't say, I think one of the girls was like, oh, Londi, how are things going? We haven't heard from you a while. And then you say in Sunny's presence that, oh no, you can't speak. I do feel like Londi was out of line, and I do feel like, you know, there was a bit of looking down on her, but also I just don't think Connie Zindo keep as another woman to another woman. You know, that whole thing about why she was left by her man with 2 kids. Bro, I do feel like Sunny should have disciplined Ulondi, but to take it that far and to say such hurtful things, it did. Yeah, no, it just showed us a different side to her. It just showed me a different side to her. Dude, I don't care what was said to you. I don't care how angry you were. But the fact that you can say that, you can go that far and speak about that to another woman, I just think you could have disciplined her another way. Because that thing can happen to anyone. It may not be happening to you today, or you may not been through it. You may not have been left for someone else, but I just don't think it's something else. Or your man left you with 2 kids or a kid. Hey, but guys, also it's just very funny to me that anyone would make a joke about that, because sweetie, tomorrow it could be men. One thing about men will show you flames. Men do not care, guys. Men are something else. It's almost as if one thing was a come guy. Hi guys, you can't. Like, I'm a gege bafethu. So I just think, yeah, no, I just think baby girl just, yeah, nah, bro. Like you don't say such things. Like I think she lost us there. Like she lost us, and how rude and disrespectful, and how, it's giving hood, it's giving ratchet, it's giving lokshini, it's giving angihlakaniphile, it's giving fan, because you know so much about Londi's life. Clearly you're a fan, clearly you're a watcher on the show. And I was watching this other girl's review, I think I was watching Anita's review, and she was like, one thing about Usane is that we don't know anything about her. The girls don't know anything about her, so she stands nothing to lose. Nobody knows about her partner, her husband, her kid. We don't know even know if she has kids or not. So Londi couldn't even get back to her, because this is just a fan who knows everything about Londi's life, because Londi's obviously on the limelight. And Ufan is just going on. Londi has no comeback, nothing to say, because nobody knows anything about Usane. Usane is just a nobody on the show, She's just there, but see, nothing, like everybody needs to be careful of Usane. That's what Anita was saying, because all these women's lives are in the public eye. These women stand so much to lose. She stands nothing to lose, because we all know nothing about her. And I was like, honey, you couldn't have explained the whole situation better. Like, you can't even befriend Usane, because one day she's gonna turn against you, because your whole life, or parts of your life that are valuable, are known by the public. But with her, girl, you can't come at her for nothing, because what do you know about her? Nothing. Who am I leaving out? Ryan. I don't feel like I want to talk about Ryan, because Ryan is just Jojo's entourage, honestly speaking. Shame, Ryan, entourage. I don't know why he's in the show. Please, Banj. Who else? I think those are all the girls. Yeah, I think those are all the girls. I am enjoying the show, absolutely loving the show. Oh, the one thing I can compliment about Usane is that she definitely did bring drama to the show. She's the only reason why I even started watching the show. So she definitely was in the right space at the right time, but it has expired. Unless if she's still gonna bring more drama, unless if she's still, as we're watching this, I don't know how his storyline is going to go. But for me personally, maybe even from the perspective of being a filmmaker and a film person who's in the film industry, her story ended a long time ago, maybe 3 episodes back. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love to hear what you think about the housewives, and let's keep the conversations going in the comment section. Love you guys loads, but for now, you definitely are a star. I'll see you on my next one. Bye.